Buenas tardes, chiquillos. Hoy día vamos a hablar del subjuntivo en cláusulas adjetivales. Primero, ¿qué es una cláusula adjetival? Bueno, ah, sabemos ya que es una cláusula nominal. Una cláusula adjetival reemplace un adjetivo. It replaces an adjective. Remember, a clause is a subsentence, so it has a subject and a verb. So, if we look at this, we have the first sentence, quiero leer una novela divertida. Divertida is an adjective. It's describing novela. It's describing the novel. Quiero leer una novela que me haga reír. Now, que me haga reír is an adjective clause. It modifies the noun novela. Quiero leer la novela que me regalaste. Que me regalaste is the adjective clause, and it modifies or describes la novela. Algo muy importante, muy importante con cláusulas adjetivales es el antecedente. ¿Qué es el antecedente? Es la palabra que se modifica. It's the noun that's being modified. For example, quiero leer una novela divertida. What is the noun being modified? Novela. In the second example, we have tengo una casa que tiene 2 pisos. What is being modified? La casa. Here we know that this phrase, this clause, is modifying or describing the house. So, cuando uso el subjuntivo? Well, that is based on the antecedent. If the antecedent, or el antecedente, is non-existent, unknown, or uncertain, then you need to use a subjunctive. For example, quiero leer una novela que me haga reír. I want to read a novel that makes me laugh. Do we know which novel this is? Or do we know that it really exists? No, not for sure. We don't know which novel it is. You just want to read any novel that makes you laugh. So now we're using the subjunctive. However, in this case, quiero leer la novela que me regalaste. Notice we use the past indicative here. And that's because we use the indicative if the antecedent exists. We know which novel we're talking about here. It is the one that you gave me. We know which one it is. So notice that this one has an indefinite article and it's unknown. This one has a definite article and it's known. That's not always the case, but usually that is something that lets us know if it needs to be in the subjunctive with the indefinite article or the indicative with the definite article. Más ejemplos. Tengo una casa que tiene 2 pisos. I have a house that has 2 floors. We know which house this is. It's our house, or my house. Versus quiero una casa que tenga 2 pisos. I want a house that has 2 floors. Now, do we know which house this is? No, we just want one. So we use the subjunctive. Conozco una mujer que es ingeniera. I know a woman who is an engineer. We know which woman this is. So we're going to use the indicative. Whereas, no conozco a nadie que sea brasileño. I don't know anybody who is Brazilian. Now notice here we have nadie and no conozco. So this makes it so there's a little bit of uncertainty. We don't know if they exist. Okay? So now we're going to use the subjunctive. ¿Hay alguien que sepa hablar español? Is there anybody that knows how to speak Spanish? we don't know who this person is, somebody or anybody, so we're going to use a subjunctive. No hay nadie que sepa hablar.
What's up, man?
No, how you doing? No hay nadie que sepa hablar. There's nobody that knows how to speak. So in this case, they're both subjunctive because we don't know for sure on this second case. So a few clues. Still when you use a subjunctive, pay attention to the verb. You gotta look for indefinite articles, negative words, or indefinite words like algo, alguien, or nadie, and the phrase no I. And any sort of uncertainty. We have the indicative. So pay attention to the verb, definite articles, possessive article, adjectives, and anything that indicates a fact, un hecho.